What's good, everybody? This is Ryan Johnson with MoneyBass.com. All right, getting off to a little shaky start here, but we are back once again on another Tuesday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern, guys. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Was I late? Yeah, I guess I was just a little late, but hey, we're gonna have kind of like a mixture of things going on tonight. If you guys have not already participated in the poll, I went ahead and dropped the first poll of the live stream in the chat. So that like these live streams, I like to make them very interactive, guys. So I'll have a few clips as usual that I will play, and then we will just kind of feed off of those live streams, and that will kind of guide us through the live stream. And I will also drop the link, and it is the call-in link. So that will allow you guys to click on that link. I can pull you up. You can come up, share your thoughts, opinions, suggestions, things like that on the topics that we are covering for the evening. But for the first poll, it is, what do you want to discuss first? So I know you saw the title of tonight's live stream and you saw that thumbnail and like, what is this? Normally we just have one topic that we're going to touch on, but it's been kind of a few things that have been happening recently, and one of them kind of took me by surprise. I didn't know I was going to get the response from a conversation that we had regarding the co-angler thing, the way it kind of took off the way that it did in the comments. The comments are a little crazy, guys. So I was like, let me see what's on the guys' minds. Let's see what's on everybody's mind out here. All right. So the topic, well, the poll that I went ahead and put up here first is, what do you guys want to discuss first? Do you want to discuss the co-angler thing that's going on? Or, well, the Randy Blaukat comment regarding the co-anglers. Number two, we can do the YouTubers versus pros. Basically, what I've been doing is reaching out to a few YouTubers that, they may fish on the BFL side, but they are, I guess, will be considered YouTubers first. So I've reached out to a few guys. Of course, you guys know we had BassGeek on here. Maybe, I think that was about 2 weeks ago. I've reached out to my partner, Mikey Balls. Oh yeah. Does anybody know who that is? Big shout out to him and his channel. He's doing his thing. So recently, he had a video where he was talking about making that transition from YouTube to more of the competitive side and trying to make that decision. So it's kind of along the lines of that whenever I'm talking about YouTubers versus pros. And that's pretty much all it is. So that we may have some YouTubers in the live stream and well, in the chat. And we also may have some pros. You never know. You never know who's watching. And then the other thing that was recently another live stream that we took care of was the Mega Live update, the 1.2, well, I'm sorry, the 1.30 update, where we went from the 1.290 update. So I went out on the water and just kind of showed you guys how I do my settings with that, and did some tracking, some bait tracking, things like that. So that is another option that is up here. So far it looks like you guys want to start off talking about the YouTubers versus the pros. All right, so I guess that's what we'll do. So let me just go ahead and let's see. So we'll do YouTubers versus pros first, and then we'll touch on this co-angler thing just to get some thoughts from the people out here. See what you guys have been thinking about that, because there was a lot of a lot of people had some things to say about that. And then we will touch on the on the water live. And just so you guys know, I will be on the water live, just doing some fine tuning on the Mega Live 1.30 update. So if you guys are interested in that, just make sure you tune in. And that actually, I need to put that as another poll question. Whenever I go out on the water this time, do you guys want to see the live imaging with the Humminbird Mega Live, or do you want to see me out there catching fish? So, when I'm out there doing the live tutorials and everything versus catching fish, I kind of have to choose one or the other, but sometimes I mix a little bit of both in there. All right, so let's see. All right, so yeah, so there we go. So we're going to talk about this YouTuber versus pros first. So we're going to get straight into the meat of the program, guys. Just wanted to give a little time for some people to kind of trickle into the live stream. And while we're doing that, let me make sure I have everything running. So I have to give a big shout out to the sponsor of the live stream. Each week, whoever gives the largest super chat, super sticker during the live stream is the sponsor of the live stream, because this channel is supported by you guys, the viewers of the channel. And let's see. So we have M. Jones was the sponsor of the last live stream. So big shout out to you. And if you take a look at the bottom of the screen, you will see the banner. It says special thank you so much to the sponsor of the show, M. Jones. All right. And the other thing, you guys may notice that I will refer to my subscribers, the members of the channel, as the Money Team. If anybody is interested in supporting the channel, the join button is down below. Just click on that and it'll give you a little information about the perks that come along with that. One of which is you see the guys with the banners next to their name. Those are the members of the channel. That is the Money Team. So big shout out to you guys. Really, really appreciate everybody for tuning in. All right, so let's just hop in here real quick. Just give some credit where credit is due. We have a member of the Money Team stepping in. We have Greg. What is going on? He says, good evening. All right. And we have Saber Outdoors back once again. Really glad to see you out here in the chat. What's going on, Delta Bass? He says, good evening, fish and friends. Hit the like button. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, guys. We got to hit that like button. Let's see. Did you guys come in hitting the like button? Actually, set the hook on the like button for me. How about that? I mean, because I think pretty much everybody in here is fishing. You should know how to set the hook. So go ahead and hit that like button for me. Let me just refresh my screen real quick. See how we're looking on those likes. Oh, the likes are ugly. The likes are looking kind of ugly, guys. Can I get about 5 or 6 more likes? Just maybe 5 or 6 more likes, and we'll get things moving, guys. All right, so let's see. I see you guys were telling me no, there's no audio. Oh yeah, we started off a little slow this evening. All right, so let's see who else we have checking in. All right, we have El Catfish Grande checking in. What is going on? And we have the hog catcher coming back. All right, let's see who else we have checking in. Big shout out to Big Ivy Fishing. And we have Joe Winkler, a very, very strong supporter of the channel and a member of the Money Team. He says, I am, let me see, pretty good at reading lips, and said, what's up, everybody? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So I think that one was a pretty easy one to see whenever the audio wasn't working. All right. Big shout out to Lucky. Lucky says, hello, guys and gals. That is right. How is everyone tonight? So really, really appreciate you tuning in. And a big shout out to Darren Pearson. All right, let's see who else we have, guys. All right, so I just wanted to get caught up in the chat real quick, and then we're going to hop straight into the meat of the program. And first, we are going to talk about YouTubers versus pros. You know, which one would you rather be, a YouTuber or a pro? Are you both? And I'll change the poll. Actually, let me go ahead and just read a few more of these chat messages real quick, and then we're going to update this poll. Since we're going to be talking about YouTubers versus pros, let's just gauge the room and see who we have checking in to the live stream. All right, let's see what else we have. All right, so hog catcher, there we go. All right, really, really appreciate it. He says, I got that hook set for you, bud. All right, so yeah, I know you want some revenge out there on that lake too. I seen you been out there cashing some checks. Well, I mean, taking some cash. I saw that $20 hand exchange at the end of that Lake Russell. That was pretty good, pretty good. Congrats on that. All right, Barry says, the Sabine King says, no, Randy, I don't want to talk about the CoAngler thing. All right, we'll touch on it just a little bit. How about that? All right, let's see. What else do we have, guys? Saber Outdoors said, if I could only have one, catch fish. So he said, I'd rather see you catch fish than go out there and show me how to use these electronics. All right, Saber Outdoors says, I'm on the got no money team. Oh, no, not the got no money team. All right, 2K, big shout out to you. He says, I don't even have live scope, but would rather talk about the update than the other 2 topics. All right, so yeah, I mean, I see a few people say, hey, get in there and get active on that poll. For anybody that is just tuning in, there is a poll in the chat, and that is going to kind of gauge or you know, just kind of give us a guideline for how we're going to flow tonight with the live stream. And that question is, what do you want to discuss first? The Randy Blaukat CoAngler video that, you know, I put out, and a lot of people had some things to say about that. And then we have the YouTubers versus pros. So maybe some of you guys saw that episode where I had BassGeek on here, and we kind of touched on that. And the third option is the Mega Live 1.30 update. So whichever you want to talk about first, whichever one has the highest rating, I mean, her highest percentage, then that's what we'll talk about first, guys. All right, so Big Ivy Fishing says, let me hear you say Big Ivy more. All right, Hog Catcher says, on the water challenge. Oh, yeah. We're about to get those on the water challenges started back, too. So I will be sending out the link for those that want to participate. So I'll send out that calendar link so you can put the dates that you are available. All right, let's see. Wait a minute. I have to stop the show. We have Adam Fishing checking in. What is going on, Ava? We have Ava checking in, watching the live stream, guys. Ava says, hey, I want to see some fishes going on out there. What is going on? All right, big shout out to Ava. Really appreciate you for tuning in and checking out the show. All right, 2K says, certainly would rather be a professional angler. The competition factor, it just makes that more appealing. Okay, so the competition factor. So if you were a professional angler, would you be more focused on cashing those checks? Or is it more about the accolades and the awards that come along with that? You know, where would you want to be at with that professional side of things? All right, let's see. Then we have Jerry checking in, says on the water challenge, but the pro has to go to my lakes. Okay. All right. All right. All right, guys. So now let me just change this poll question and then I will pull up the first video clip that I want to show you. And it looks like you guys want to talk about being a YouTuber versus a pro. So what I'm going to do is end this poll and we are going to start a new poll. And this new poll question is going to be, and this is just to gauge the room for the people that are actually live and watching the chat right now. We're getting active in the chat or watching. Make sure you guys participate in this next poll. So are you a YouTuber, pro? And then let's put neither. And then how about both? All right. So we'll have a 4-part for this one. All right. So you a YouTuber? Just bear with me, guys. This is a live show, so I have to get in here and do a little work every now and then. So we'll have YouTuber, pro, and then we will go both and neither. All right, guys. And we have discussed, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a second. Did I get my spelling wrong? Get my spelling right. Hold on. Just bear with me, guys. Almost ready. Almost ready. All right. So there we go. So the poll is live and active. So for everybody watching this live stream, currently here live, make sure you participate in the poll that we just put up. And also make sure you hit the like button for me, guys. Let me just check my likes one more time. When the likes are looking good, then you know we can kind of ease into things a little bit better. Okay, they're a little bit better, guys. Can I get maybe 3 or 4 more likes? Can we get 3 or 4 more people to set the hook on that like button for me? All right, so the poll is up and running. So are you a YouTuber, a pro, neither, or both? And from the previous live streams, what we discussed as far as being a pro, that those are the guys that are out there making a living off of fishing, such as a guide or someone who has qualified to fish in the upper levels of tournament fishing, such as the elites. So that is what you guys, the chat, determine what a pro is. So that is pretty much what we have been sticking to in the live streams. All right, so let's see. Just bear with me because I'm gonna have to share my screen in just a second. But guys, we have the average angler checking in. What is going on, man? Big shout out to another Money Team member. He says, how's it going? Oh, yeah, everything's going good over here. Hopefully, I'll be out there on the lake tomorrow doing another on the water live stream. So make sure you tune in for that. All right. Then we have Chris Phillips, another member of the channel, member of the Money Team. Big shout out to you. Says, definitely not a pro. Uh-oh. Why would you not want to be a pro? I mean, so there's some people who want that competition, some people who don't. But yeah, make sure you guys get active in the chat in the chat and the poll, so I can refer back to that in just a second. All right. The average angler says, don't forget about me. Don't forget that about the average angler option. All right. So I guess that would be neither. I guess that would be neither a pro or a YouTuber. You're just out there for the fun of it, just out there having some fun on the lake. All right, Lucky says, me personally, cashing those checks and all of the perks will come after I'm consistent cashing checks. All right, so you're out there for that money. Show me the money. All right, let's see. Got to keep lights on and belly full and pockets fat. Want a little bit of everything. All right, let's see. Then Jerry says, how about a fun challenge like putting live scope on old Randy's boat? Oh my goodness. I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think that's gonna happen. All right, so just bear with me real quick. Let me pull up this first clip. So what we are going to get into is being a YouTuber versus being a pro angler. All right, so here's the clip that I want to pull up for you guys. Just bear with me. All right, let's see, guys. Here we go. All right, so I think you guys should all know who that is sitting next to me on that screen. That is the BassGeek, guys. All right, big shout out to CT, another member of the Money Team, checking in. Really, really appreciate you. All right, and we have the Casual Bass guy. He says, "What about some fantasy fishing?" Man, I do not know how to do all of that fantasy football, fantasy fishing, all that kind of stuff. Sounds a little too technical for me. I'd rather just get out on the lake and do it for real on my own. But hey, who's into the fantasy fishing thing? Drop that in the chat. Let me know, guys, if that's something you're interested in. Maybe if I get a good enough response, we can look into getting that set up. All right, the average angler says, "Yep, I'm neither. I love to compete, but I have a family and closer to retiring than going pro." Oh yeah, that pro thing can be tough, guys. So yeah, you definitely have to work for it. All right, Chris Phillips says, "What's up?" All right, what's going on, Chris Phillips? Let's see. Uh-oh, Texas Noop says, "I'm ready to see the on the water challenge. I like when you guys figure it out." Oh yeah, it's tough out there sometimes because it is all live. Nothing is edited when we do the on the water lives. All right, Casual Bass Guy says, "For the Bassmaster Elites." All right, and you guys saying that you love some fantasy fishing. All right, so here we go. So what I'm going to do is just play some of the, I guess, a few clips from the interview where we had Bass Geek stop by. Big shout out to Bass Geek, another strong supporter of the channel. He drops in from now and then, so who knows? He may show up in the chat in a minute or two. We'll see. We'll see. Don't know, but yeah, I'm going to play a clip from our discussion, and basically what we were discussing during this interview a lot was talking about being a YouTuber versus a pro. So, of course, there's perks that come along with both. One of the main things with being a YouTuber, you kind of set your own schedule. You can do things at your own pace and kind of control what you're doing. A lot of YouTubers, I mean, you can get on here and say what you want to say. There's nothing really hindering you from stating your opinion about certain things or just kind of guiding your career in the direction that you want to without the guidelines of you know what may come along with the organizations. All right, guys, wait a minute. We have to stop the show. We have a sponsor of tonight's live stream. All right, we have the Condemned Man checking in. He hit us with the $5 super chat. He says, "Do I gotta be a fisherman in order to engage in the poll?" Oh no, partner. This is for everybody. So we're here to have a good time, share information, thoughts, opinions, and offer a few suggestions every now and then about how we see things. So everybody is definitely welcome. So big shout out to the Condemned Man. All right. So I don't know about that name right there, the Condemned. Oh my goodness. All right, but let me hop in here and do a little work. I need to change the name on this poll, guys. So each week, whoever gives the largest super chat, super sticker during the live stream is the sponsor of the show. So currently we have the Condemned. And actually, let me put some respect on his name. Let me make sure I get that right. The Condemned Man. There we go. All right. So now if you take a look at the bottom of the screen, you will see the poll says special thank you so much to the sponsor of the stream, the Condemned Man. All right. Big shout out to you. And hold on one second, guys. Let me just try to check on something else real quick. And then we're going to take a look at the if I can find this real quick. Then we're going to take a look at this clip real quick, guys. But just bear with me. I just want to see if I can get this other screen set up for you guys. All right, let's see. All right, just bear with me, guys. This is a live show. So what I'm doing is just trying to adjust some settings on here, trying something new to see if it will work out this way. So that way I can see the chat and the poll and everything just a little bit different. There we go. All right, maybe that'll work for me. Let's see. We'll check that out. All right, so now let's go ahead and take a look at the conversation that we had. Then we'll get into it. And I'll come back to that poll in just a second, guys. All right, here we go, guys. The poll that I just put up, are you a YouTuber, pro, or neither? And of course, we already know the answer to you. What would you consider yourself, a YouTuber, pro, or you can't say neither?
I'm definitely a YouTuber. I mean, to me, to be a pro has to be earned. You know, I mean, you to me, there's a lot of guys, and I've had several friends who we've had this debate. You know, To me, even if you can buy your way in, are you a pro? I don't think so. I think if you don't qualify, you're not a pro. I think there
Yeah.
has to be some sort of qualification. You can't buy your way into MLB. You can't buy your way into the NFL. You can't buy your way into the NFL, NBA. You can't buy your way into the PGA. So, how can you look at it and say, well, I've got enough money to pay my way, or am I a pro? No, you're not.
Right.
No.
Okay. So what would you say is your, like, if someone said, so what is a pro? What would you define a pro as? And then I guess we'll do the same thing with what is a YouTuber.
Yeah.
So what would you define as a pro?
So, well, I'll give you the difference between me. Okay. My channel's about fishing, but it's a YouTube channel. I could do a video on, paint my toenails if I really wanted to.
Right.
I don't have to fish. I mean, I'd probably lose a lot of subscribers if I did a toenail painting video, but so to me, a pro is somebody that qualifies to be there or 100% makes a living. And there's only two types of people that really that live up to that standard, and that's a 100% living guide.
Okay.
They're day in, day out, they're making their money guiding, or the elites, the MLBs, the invitationals now. You can even count the invitationals. You can't pay to get into the invitationals. You have to qualify.
Right.
So, that didn't used to be the way with FLW. I've had a lot of conversations with guys that were like, well, FLW, they're a pro. No, they're not. They can pay to play. They don't have to qualify back in the day.
Okay.
So were they pros, or were they just guys with a lot of money?
And so let's let the chat hop in too. So in the chat, you guys drop what your definition is. What do you consider a pro in the fishing industry? What criteria do you say that there has to be in order to be considered a pro? And so the two things that you said is, all right, so let's take a quick pause right there. And I want to just scroll through here and find just another area where we had another discussion. So he kind of gave you guys, his perspective of being a YouTuber. Like he said, he can pretty much do what he wants. He can make a video about anything, but you still want to kind of stay within the guidelines of what is going to be successful for your channel. So that's why he was mentioning that, yeah, I could make a video about toenail painting if I wanted to, but it may not be successful. But he could definitely do that if he wanted. All right, and hold on, just bear with me, guys. Where did my clip go? All right, there we go. All right, yeah. So that's kind of along the lines of the YouTuber thing. But let me pull the poll back up and take a look. So, wow. Oh my goodness, what is going on? So we have, okay, okay, I see. All right, so are you a YouTuber, pro, neither, or both? So right now we have, okay, so we have 15% of you guys are saying that you are YouTubers. How about that? So if you are a YouTuber, what I'm going to do is go ahead and drop the link. So and this is the call-in link, guys. And what like I said earlier is I like to make these shows very interactive. So of course you see I'm interacting with the chat, pulling up a few videos, and we just kind of go over it together. Some of you guys want to stay in the chat, but for now, are you a YouTuber, pro, neither, or both? We have 15% of the current people that are actively watching, or maybe you're getting active in the chat. Also, you're saying that you are a YouTuber. So I'm going to drop this call-in link in the chat. So if you have a YouTube channel, you're a YouTuber, click on that link. I can pull you up. And let me just go ahead and pull this over real quick. So what I'll do is pull you up, and we can just talk about being a YouTuber versus competitive fishing and that kind of thing. Just kind of get your thoughts and suggestions on it. But let's see, are you guys going to be a little shy tonight, or is there somebody that wants to come up and talk about being a YouTuber? And generally what I do is I'll set the timer, let you come up, talk for maybe like a minute or two. Just, if you have any thoughts, opinions, suggestions on what we're talking about tonight, then you can definitely, put that out there. Just hold on one second. So call in link. All right, so the call-in link, I'm about to drop that in the chat. And like I said, just click on that link. We'll check your lighting and your audio. and then we'll be good to go. All right. So the call in link is in the chat. So if you are one of those, well, actually, it just dropped a little bit, but if you are a YouTuber, click the link. Come on up. We can shout out your channel, see how the YouTube thing is going for you. All right. Let's see. Let's hop back into the chat real quick and see what you guys are in here talking about. Wait a minute. Did I miss something? We have to stop the show. We have to stop the show once again. The current sponsor of the live stream, and he's kind of doubling it up. The Condemned Man. He says, if that's the case, I'm just an aspiring YouTuber. Glad to see you steadily building up on your channel, sir. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're moving. So I'm approaching that 10,000 mark, guys. For me, that 10,000 mark was something that I was kind of like, I need some goals in mind. So when I hit that 5,000, I was feeling kind of good. Actually, that first 1,000 is hard. So once I hit that first 1,000, I was like, okay, whew, man, I've been putting in some work. Took a minute. That 5,000 mark came and went, and they went pretty fast. Then I boosted to that 7,500, and I'm like, hey, I'm kind of moving at a steady pace now. So now I'm working on that 10,000. So we're sitting at about 9,400 and something like that. So hey, we're steady moving. So really, really appreciate the support, and big shout out to the Condemned Man, the current sponsor of the live stream, guys. And each week, whoever gives the largest super chat or super sticker during the live stream is the sponsor of the live stream, guys, because this channel is supported by you, the sponsors, well, the viewers, subscribers, and the members of the Money Team. So really, really appreciate it, guys. All right, let's see what else we had in here, guys. I see a few people that had some comments about being a YouTuber. Let me just hop through here real quick and see. Bear with me, guys. Like I said, this is a live show. All right, let's see. Where are we at? Who is this right here? Okay, we have T. McGuire Outdoors checking in. Really, really appreciate you for checking into the live stream. All right, guys, and like I said, the call-in link is in the chat. So I see we have a few people backstage. So just bear with me real quick. Just want to hop in the chat real quick before I pull the next person up. Let's see, where were we at? I saw a comment in here I wanted to pull up. I see a few of you on here want to talk about one of the other topics, but we'll get to it in just a second. So we have Casual Bass Guy. He says, I'm a noob tubers for life. Yeah, there you go. A noob tubers for life. All right. So with that being said, let's see who is our first contestant that we'll be bringing up. We have Saber Outdoors. What's going on, good buddy? How are you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm doing well. I'm doing very well tonight. And how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Just out here enjoying another great Tuesday evening, hanging out with the guys and gals. I mean, you never know who's going to be checking in. So yeah,
hanging out with the people.
There we go. My peoples. You got to put an S on it. Hanging out with my peoples. All right. So you have a YouTube channel, sir. What is the name of your YouTube channel?
Same name I'm using, Saber Outdoors.
All right, Saber Outdoors. Okay, all right. And so what? Well, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be about fishing. Is it hunting, or what is your channel about?
Definitely mostly about fishing, but we bushcraft, we do camping, we do basically. I describe it to people if Tractor Supply sells it or Bass Pro sells it, we do that.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. And so how long?
If I had my way, I'd be fishing all the time.
Gotcha. And how long have you been at it? How long have you been doing the YouTube thing?
I have been YouTubing for about a year and a half. I'll hit my 2-year mark on April the 20th. It's a real easy date to remember. I won't tell you why.
Gotcha. All right. So how many subscribers do you have so far?
Currently, I'm sitting at 581 subscribers. So,
okay, so
I'm up to the first tier of monetization, but I've not made it to full monetization where I'm making ad revenue.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that 1,000 mark is something that a lot of people shoot for. So yeah.
And it's definitely a struggle to get there. It's definitely not the kind of thing where you're going to start posting videos and immediately you're going to be competing with some of the more well-known YouTubers. It's not like that, guys.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's a grind.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. You have to get out there and put your work in. So when you think of YouTubers versus pros, obviously you're already a YouTuber, but do you like the YouTube side of thing, or is the pro side of things kind of appealing to you? What's your thoughts on that?
So at this stage of my life, I don't have the ability to do pro things. I just don't.
Right.
I don't have a place to keep a big boat. I don't have the kind of finances to finance a boat that would be competitive with people that are already competing. I've got a little 2-man plastic boat that I'll take out on one of my local lakes, but I don't have even. I'm hopeful that by the end of the year I will have a bass tracker and be able to start running some bigger water. But right now most of the time I'm beating a bank.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So as far as being a YouTuber, what is more appealing so for people that are watching that may be, thinking about the YouTube side of things, what for you is appealing about the YouTube side of things versus the competitive fishing side of things?
Okay. So I thought about this question before I came on while I was backstage. And by the way, if people don't feel comfortable talking, get out there and do it, because it's the same for YouTube. You get out there and you go do it. But the nice thing is, let's say we're in the tournament. We're fishing and we're catching the fire out of bass.
Mm-hmm.
But not the right kind of bass. We're catching the fire out of striped bass instead of largemouth bass.
Right.
A YouTuber can still use that footage and make something out of that. A pro, they're stuck because most tournaments they'll allow spot, small, largemouth bass. They're not going to allow striped, yellow, or any other variety of bass fishing. But as a YouTuber, if I take this big rat and I catch me a giant sized striper on it, yeah, I've got props, dude. You have no idea. I've got tons of props.
Okay, so you have all the toys. Okay,
that is why I'm a got no money team.
Oh no, not
I'm
got no money team.
My adult fidget spinner, just doing this, just sitting there spinning it. But that's the part of YouTube that I really enjoy, and the flexibility of it is very good for me as somebody that does not have the big boat, the live scope, the depth finders, the this, the that. I mean, insert quite a number of many thousands of dollars worth of things that I don't have. But with a YouTube channel, all I have to buy is a GoPro, which run you about $400. I need a computer, which you don't have to have a super expensive computer. And I'm editing my videos on free editing software that I picked up online. It's completely free.
Right. And let me add this too, for people that are just thinking about getting into it. You can actually just use your phone to record and edit your videos. You can download software directly to your phone, do a few quick edits. And there's some people with some high number channels that you'd be surprised that are running the entire thing from their phone, from the recording to the editing, uploading, and everything straight from their phone. So they don't have any of that real high tech expensive equipment at all.
Yeah, and I'm on that same team that, my phone is like 4 years old, and I have more than once. I went down Bassmaster Classic when it was in Knoxville last year, and I was able to film several shorts with YouTube personalities and fishing pros,
right?
And everything. Were you able to make it to that or Red Crest?
Nah.
Ah, sad face, man. It was a ball. I hope that maybe you can make it to one of those. I personally want to make the pilgrimage to ICAST, but I need to be in shape before I go there, because boys, that's gonna be a lot of walking. And let me tell you that we sell that Kentucky Fried Chicken where I'm from, and I might be overdoing it on fried foods, because
okay.
Let me tell you, them little Espos walking me down. I'm afraid to go to that big one before I get in shape.
Well, see, I guess that's another benefit of being a YouTuber. You can do what you want, do it when you want. So, hey, all right. But I really appreciate you for coming up. I have somebody else backstage, so I'm going to pull them up and get their thoughts and opinions on the topic. But really appreciate it.
We'll see you somewhere in the woods or in the water.
And make sure you guys go and check it out. Saber Outdoors on YouTube. He's out there getting things rolling on YouTube. All right. So really appreciate you for coming up, and you are always welcome back. All right. There we go, guys. So let's see who else we have. Wait a minute. Hold on just a second. Did I miss something? What is going on? Stop the show, guys. We have, who is this? Cerebral Tackle. Uh-oh. Cerebral Tackle said, hold up, swole up. You cannot come in here and take my spot. He says, I have one upped to tie the condemned man. He says, just because his name is cooler than mine. All right, so look at CT. He took the spot by $1. $1. CT came in and said, hey, I think I'll take that sponsor of the night spot by $1. All right, so let me just hop in here and do a little work again, guys. Remember, this is a live show, so just bear with me. All right, so let's see. So we have Cerebral Tackle is the current sponsor of the live stream. Came and bumped the condemned man out of the top spot for the evening. All right, so there we go, Cerebral Tackle. So now if you take a look at the bottom of the screen, you will see the banner now says, special thank you so much to the sponsor of the stream, Cerebral Tackle. Really, really appreciate that. All right, so let's hop back into the chat real quick. And it looks like we have somebody else that wants to come up. And guys, if you are a YouTuber, I'm just looking back in the poll. Are you a YouTuber, pro, neither, or both? And we have 16% of you guys are saying that you are YouTubers. So, hey, if you want to come up, shout out your channel. I mean, you never know. You may get 1 or 2 or 50 subscribers. You never really know. Just come on up. I'll bring you up. You can shout out your channel. Let us know what it's about. And just kind of give your thoughts on being a YouTuber, because there are some people out there that are thinking about getting into the YouTube side of things versus the competitive things, or maybe combining both of those. And the thing that you will notice on this poll, are you a YouTuber, pro, neither, or both? YouTuber is at 16%. Pro is now at 2%, but it was at 0%. Both is at 6%, and neither is at 76%. So the pro side is only at 2%. The reason why that should be low, because if you are a pro nowadays, you are probably going to consider yourself somewhat of a YouTuber also. But really, I would put a YouTuber if you are a YouTuber first, and then you are a pro. And actually, that's another question I have for you guys. What would you consider Ben Milliken? Would you consider him a YouTuber or a pro? Of course, you can say both, but let's just say, just put Ben pro or Ben YouTuber. What do you guys consider him? Because he is a big dog in the YouTube game, on the YouTube scene. And of course, you guys saw how he hopped into the pro side of things and made his mark very fast, and everybody knows him on the pro side of things now. So would you consider Ben Milliken a pro or a YouTuber? And I guess for me, I still look at him as a YouTuber, because I follow him more on the YouTube side of things. And I mean, there's more content. So you actually, if you're following on YouTube, to me, he's still out there, YouTuber first, then a pro. But I would say YouTuber. So let's just hop in the chat real quick and see. But want to give another big shout out to the current sponsor of the live stream, CT, Cerebral Tackle. Really, really appreciate it. All right, so real quick, before I pull up the next guest, let me drop this link in the chat. So that call-in link is in the chat, guys. So if you have a YouTube channel, click that link and I'll bring you up. You never know who's watching. May get a few subscribers from it too. All right, so let's see. What are you guys saying about the Milliken thing? Let's see. Scrub Zero, not Sub Zero, but Scrub Zero says Ben Milliken is a soon-to-be disgraced YouTuber. Oh my goodness, what does that mean? What does that mean? All right, let's see. T McGuire Outdoor says Milliken is primarily a YouTuber. All right, then we have Ray says Ben YouTuber. Okay, all right, so we have a few guys in here that are pretty much saying he's a YouTuber. So I mean, that's what I would say too. So yes, he has reached that pro status, but I still kind of look at him as a YouTuber, because I watch more of his content, obviously, from his YouTube channel, because they don't really have a lot of pro tournaments out there in comparison to the amount of content that can be put out by a YouTuber. All right, so let's see, guys. Who is our next contestant that is coming up? We have, shout out to the Average Angler. What is going on? I've seen you before, sir. I've seen one or two of your videos out there too, so I know you are a YouTuber. What is going on?
And I put neither.
Wait a minute. How could you put neither? Wait, I just watched one of your YouTube videos, like what, last week or something? I dropped a comment in there.
Yeah. I think it was 2 weeks ago about my
okay.
Yeah, because I'm an aspiring YouTuber. I'm still trying to figure it out. I hit a good run this weekend though. Tons of views, and I don't know what I got, 50 subscribers or something in the last 2 days. So I'm up to about 730 something. Cora wants to be a movie star, I guess.
I see.
What are you doing?
So you got your fishing buddy there with you.
Yeah, it's funny because she doesn't know she's on camera. When I try and film her, she runs. Go lay down, baby girl.
Gotcha.
Go lay down. Go on.
All right. So tell the peoples, we have to add an S on it. Tell the peoples what your channel is about. What kind of things you talk about on your channel?
A lot of it, I'm going to call it a beginner channel.
Okay. Or
a basics channel, kind of. I do some fishing content, not as much as I like. I'm old, and the old GoPro and me have been like not seeing eye to eye the last few times out.
Gotcha.
I think it's recording. I get home, there's nothing there.
Yeah, that's kind of ugly right there.
Yeah.
You have to make sure that little flashing red light is on. You have to keep checking on it, making sure that it's running.
Well, that's the thing, you get fishing, and it's yeah, I don't know. It takes a special kind, and Milliken's a YouTuber in my mind.
Gotcha.
I think he'll be hard pressed to make the money fishing that he's making YouTubing.
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't know about. Well, I mean, so you mean from the tournament winning side of things? Because when you start adding sponsor money in there, that can kind of.
Well, he could already be soaking up the sponsor money, but
right.
He doesn't seem to want to do that right now.
Yeah, and I guess I would say that you are right, because even without fishing with the elites, if he's just stuck to the YouTube side of things with the numbers that he has and everything, so yeah, he's already up there, and he's part owner in 6 Cents Fishing.
Yeah.
Gear. So yeah, even without the pro side of thing, he's good. So,
and I think he's got some other ventures that he could probably cash in on the YouTubing side.
Right. All right. So for you, when you think of being a YouTuber versus a pro, which obviously I guess the YouTuber side of thing is more appealing to you. And so what would you have to say about that? And I know you said that you have around, how many subscribers did you say you had? Around 700 and something?
725 plus, somewhere right around there now. But I was at 550 2 weeks ago.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
I hit a little spurt this weekend, and I don't know what the heck's going on, man. I'm trying to figure out this whole algorithm thing and all that stuff,
Right. Yeah. So I mean, I may have to have some type of little mastermind session in my Patreon or something like that to kind of help the guys that are, looking into getting into the YouTube thing, because I mean, yeah, you're at 750. So sometimes it takes some people a long time to achieve that amount of subscribers, because you're striving for that 1,000 subscribers so you can start, that monetization thing going on. But
it's funny because the videos I think that are going to produce a lot of views typically don't, and the ones that I think are just going to be, basic, simple stuff, those seem to be the ones that hit for me. So I guess that's where my viewership's at right now.
Right. And so the thing that you'll find out is once you see, so what video is it that you saw that gave you that boost? That was there a video that you saw that has a lot more views than?
Well, there's 3 of them currently, and there was one when I first started the channel about a year ago. The first one was Beyond Braid, the review, buy it or not.
Mm-hmm.
The next one was must have creature baits.
Okay.
Then I did a must have worms, must have reaction bait, and a tournament swim bait one. So swim baits that I would use in tournaments.
Which one did I? Because I left a comment on one recently. I've watched.
Yeah, that was before that. That was a glide bait one that
I kind of figured that it had.
Yeah, it was right after the glide bait video. We were talking about glide baits last time I was on, I think, and and you popped in there after that. It was actually when. Oh God! See, this is the part about getting old. You forget shit all the time.
Hey, I mean, we're always doing something.
Yeah, BassGeek. It was right after BassGeek was on.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was a custom paint. I didn't like the color, but that bait was hard to get at the time, so I just bought it and then I painted it.
Right.
That's kind of another little thing I've gotten into is custom painting baits. So.
Oh yeah, I mean that's kind of relaxing, and then when you're able to actually go out there and get results on something that you've actually kind of had a hand in creating, you know, it makes it hit a little different.
Yeah, and there's my favorite lake is Clear Lake, California, and there's a fish in there called the hitch, which the last couple of years has been the primary forage. And they're actually, depending on the age, their color changes quite a bit. And there wasn't a ton of baits available in those colors, which was kind of why I wanted to start doing it. And yeah, then it gets out of hand. I was painting probably 10 baits a day, which meant I was buying 10 baits a day to paint.
Right. So I kind of see how when you start off doing that, eventually you're like, man, I need to sell a few of these to kind of recoup a little bit of that money and keep this little hobby thing going a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think that's how people end up. You start off making things for yourself, then you see, man, maybe I could sell a few of these per month and, you know, use that to continue buying supplies and that kind of thing.
Yeah, but the problem when you start to do that is then if things aren't perfect, sometimes people complain.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you need that disclaimer on there. Just call
Although I've never seen a perfect bait fish, but you know, yeah, I don't, you know, look, we all know, most of us, you get crankbaits, glide baits, any kind of hard bait. Half the time they tend to work better when they get a bit messed up, right?
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. That is definitely the thing.
I don't necessarily believe that it's got to be perfect, and God knows I ain't perfect. But it's fun, man. It's fun.
All right. All right. Well, I appreciate you for coming up, and shout out the name of your channel again so everybody can go and check it out.
It's The Average Angler.
The Average Angler, guys. Make sure you guys go and check out his channel and drop a comment on one of his videos, one or two of his videos.
Leave a comment. Let me know you were around. I still have a few enough that I respond to everybody.
There we go. Yeah, and let him know that MoneyBass sent you. How about that?
There you go.
How about that? So drop that in the comments for him. All right, so The Average Angler, really, really appreciate you for coming up this evening. You're always welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
All right, there we go, guys. So yeah, so you guys asked for it, and we're talking about it. So we're talking about being a YouTuber versus a pro. And let me just pull up the poll again real quick to see where we're at. I see we have somebody else backstage. So we'll get to him in just a second. All right, so let's see. So the poll that we currently have up, and like I say, each week, guys, I'll try to make these live streams very interactive. So we get in here and have some fun with everything. All right, so are you a YouTuber, a pro, neither, or both? And this is just to gauge the room for the people that are here live. And again, for people that are watching this on the replay, it is always, to me, I think it would be you would get a lot more value out of it if you catch these during the live, because I can pull you up. We can interact on the screen. I'm interacting in the chat. So if you have things that you want to put in the chat, you can always drop it in there, and you can get active on the polls. The YouTuber side of things has stepped up a little bit. So we have 22% of you guys are saying that you are YouTubers. So like I said, the call in link, let me drop it in here again. So if you are a YouTuber, just come in here and talk to the guys and gals that are out here watching, because maybe they are aspiring YouTubers too. So, and it's kind of funny because the YouTuber title has kind of gained a little bit of traction a little more. So you know, nowadays you can be like, yeah, you know, I'm a YouTuber. It kind of carries a little more weight than it used to before. Because when you were a YouTuber in the past, people look at you like, a YouTuber? Okay, whatever. But yeah, so things have changed a little bit. So we have 2% are saying you are pros. So if we have some pros in the chat that are watching live, hit that link. So that call-in link is basically for YouTubers or pros. So if you're a YouTuber or pro, go ahead and hit that link. And let's see, there was something else that I wanted to bring back up while I'm doing that. Big shout out to the current sponsor of the live stream, Cerebral Tackle. All right, he has hit the channel with the $11 super chat. So really, really appreciate it. Oh, real quick, before I bring up our next call in, let me share my screen because there is something that I want to show to you guys. So whether you are a YouTuber, a pro, or neither, I'm pretty sure that this is something And actually, I need to stop sharing. I need to share my screen again. So just bear with me. This is something that I think a lot of you guys may be interested in because everybody likes bringing in a little extra cash. So here we go, guys. Let me pull this up. So as you know, I am a member of the Rob Bender's Bass Club. And guess what we are hosting, guys? Our 15th annual homecoming tournament, which will be taking place on Lake West Point. So let's see. So here we go. So if you go to the robbendersbassclub.com, click on that homecoming link and you will see this flyer. Let me just enlarge the screen real quick. See that right there? First place, $10,000. Oh yeah. Who would not like to cash a $10,000 check? So with 150 boats out there, $10,000, you do not have to be a pro to participate in this. And with around that 100 boat turnout, will be around $7,000. And it has the details on here. This will be taking place on Saturday, April 27th. So if anybody is in the area of Lake West Point, you fish Lake West Point, or hey, maybe you want to come out here and take your swing at a $10,000 first place prize, like I said, you can get some of that pro money without that pro title right here. So the entry fee, $250 per boat. And it includes a big fish pot. So, okay. All right. So it's looking pretty good. So if anybody is interested in that, make sure you go to rodbendersbassclub.com and click on the homecoming link and you can register online, guys. And your registration, your time of registration is going to dictate your boat blast off number 2. So, hey, I'll be there participating because, I wouldn't mind taking in a $10,000 check. All right. So big shout out to that. Really, really appreciate you guys. All right. So just wanted to pull that up there because some of you guys have been reaching out to me like, what lake am I going to be at or where am I going to be? Where, if people want to pull up and do a meet and greet type thing. So I will be on Lake West Point on April 27th, guys. All right. So really, really appreciate everybody for tuning in. And we have another contestant on who is a YouTuber. What is going on? How you doing today, sir?
Hey, what's up, Money?
Nothing much. I said, okay, Crush It Jail. What is going on?
Hey, man, you really got 1% on the pro. I accidentally hit the pro button.
let me check and see if it changed again. Because I mean, you can always go in and choose another option. I've done that before when I see somebody put a poll up. I'll pick something. I'll be like, let me go back and change that.
I just hit it. I was like, oops. Oh well.
All right. So yeah. So tell us. So you are a YouTuber then? Is that correct?
I am a YouTuber. Remember, we talked one of your last videos.
Right? Yeah.
Giving some info. I just want to tell you thank you for all that. So we put out 6 videos so far. We built our channel probably about 9 months ago, but then I ended up getting hurt and I had to have shoulder surgery. So I was down for 6 months. I couldn't do anything. So I got released by January 29th. So from January to 29th to now, I got 6 videos out.
Gotcha. Let me ask you something real quick. Are you able to turn your camera to landscape mode so it'll fill up the screen? I'm just saying that just in case, because if you wanted to clip this out and use it for one of your YouTube videos, it'll look better whenever you clip it and use it on your channel. So that's another thing, guys. When I pull you up, you can feel free to clip this out and use it for content on your channel also. So, hey, there's some certain perks to hitting that call-in button, guys.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. I don't even see it.
All right, yeah, you're good. All you got to do is just turn it sideways and it automatically does it on its own. There you go. Yep, that's it. Yeah, so tell everybody about your channel, what type of content that you have.
So mainly we open our channel up, right? We started our channel just to promote our product, right? Crush It Jail.
Right.
I figured that was the best way to get it out there. And man, sales have really picked up, since we started getting it out there. It's amazing. We got like 761 followers just on our Facebook.
Okay.
Joe. And I think we just hit 70 so far on YouTube.
Okay.
So we're just starting, what I'm saying? We're just getting started. And I would like to have more followers, on YouTube, but you know what? It's going to take time. I know it's not going to happen overnight. And you know, I'm impatient, but I want it to happen, you know, but I know it's going to take time.
Oh yeah. I mean, the thing about YouTube is consistency. So the more content that you put out, YouTube is kind of like a for every hungry animal out there. You have to keep feeding it. You got to keep
Yes.
feeding it, and it notices who's feeding it and who's not. So that's kind of a good way to look at things. So your content right now is basically about your product, about Crush It Gel.
About crush, but it's fishing, it's bass fishing, right? You know,
Okay.
we're fishing with my product, and you know, we're catching a lot of fish with it, and it's just, you know, we're putting it on YouTube. You know, I put on how I'm fishing, how I'm using it. You know, we have another company that had contacted us, a lure company that contacted us,
Okay.
and they wanted to start infusing my gel into my scent into their baits. So one of our last videos was that, right? We took their lures out and tried it out, and man, it was successful. I was like shocked, you know. So it's coming along. You know, it's slow, but it's coming.
Okay.
You know, it's building.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, so as people see, there's a lot of different reasons why people actually will start a YouTube channel. So your main purpose behind it right now is to push your product that you're trying to get out there and make it known. And so I mean, that is another great reason to be a YouTuber. So have you ever fished on the competitive side of things like tournaments and stuff like that?
Oh yeah. I fished the BASS. I fished way back. It was the weekend series for Bassmasters. Then it turned into the American Bass Anglers. Then, you know, I fished that. I fished the Federation. I fished the BFLs. I mean, I was doing well. I was on my way, you know, and then
Gotcha.
you know, I got hit with a divorce, so that kind of ended that for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, it can do that. It can do that. So I see why you said you selected pro, because I guess YouTuber versus pro, you would be closer to being a pro than the YouTuber side of things, because you just started out on the YouTube side of things, as far as the tournament fishing goes. So yeah, I kind of see.
I probably have over 200 tournaments under my belt.
Wow. Okay. All right. So yeah, look, I wonder if people would say, like, if you fished 1,000 or 2,000 tournaments, but not at the pro level, is there somewhere where you just get an honorary, you know what I mean? An honorary asterisk next to the pro. You're a pro, but you have,
hey, I got some
an asterisk
plaques
next
and
to it.
trophies, you know. I mean, I've won several big open tournaments, you know, in the area, 160 plus boats, you know. I mean, I still don't consider myself a pro, right?
Gotcha. So listen, tell us a little bit about your product, Crush It Gel. Like, what do you put it on, and you know, just
Actually, it can go on anything. It works great on crankbaits, on stick baits. You know, I have one. One is called Crush It Gel. It's called Bass Crack. I have another scent that's called Craw Crack. It's a crawfish scent. And I also have one for the saltwater industry down there, because we're in southeast Louisiana, right?
Yeah.
And
So wait a minute. What did you say the name was? You said it's called Bass Crack, and what's the other one? Craw Crack.
Craw Crack. That's right.
I'll get them addicted. Okay.
That's it. Our motto is one hit and they're hooked.
Oh my goodness. Oh my.
That's our slogan. One hit and they're hooked.
One hit and they're hooked. And that hey, I like it, because it actually means multiple things. So once they hit it, they're hooked. And okay, I like it. Okay, all right. So go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What were you saying?